take a milk carton, put a slit or a hole in the back, cut a hole in the front.
Number 10.
Wear it over your head, and see, you go as a missing child.
Have you seen me?
See?
We're gonna watch the movie. We gotta watch
Hey,
the
come
movie.
on, cut it out, you guys.
Hey, hey.
I want you to go turn out the lights, you spinach chins. I want to show them Gretchen the slinky, okay?
The invention exchanges were all based on Joel's prop comedy, and this one is my personal favorite. Gretchen is adorable, and the 60s joke had me in stitches.
That is adorable. I wish I had one of those.
Joel's inventions weren't always directly related to Dr. Forrester's, but I liked it when they were.
Hey, you guys are always stealing my ideas.
We're monitoring your mind, Joel.
Hey there, guys. What's up?
Number 9.
Crow! Oh, no. Did I just turn you on again?
Yes, you know you did.
I love the host segments that are sweet and sincere and really bring the crew of the SOL together as a family. I also love the ones that are completely irreverent.
All right, baby, shake what your mama gave you, yeah!
This segment is directly related to that week's movie, but at the same time you need absolutely no context to enjoy it. I love Mike's absolute shock and horror, the absurdity of the situation and his reaction to it, and how much fun the bots are having. And that's what this is, just a fun, campy nonsense sketch. Crow's gold boots are a thing of beauty, and you can tell Bill had a good old time making them dance. 'Cause hey, if you've got it, flaunt it, right?
Shake your peach cobbler, baby, good times! Oh, hell, we got movie sign.
All right, that's the end of the movie, everybody.
Number 8.
And you know what that means? Yay! Ram, chips, and dip. Yay!
Tom, what's our situation?
Beginning re-entry, Mike.
Good.
Oh, total heat shield failure, Mike.
Bad.
I don't actually want to show this one because I don't want to ruin it for anyone who might not have seen it yet. Trust me, I had it spoiled for me, and you need to be able to experience this scene for yourself. I will say this. I found the Satellite of Love breaking apart on re-entry to be way more poignant than funny. Earlier in the episode, Crow was expressing a fear of going to Earth because the satellite had been the only home he'd ever known, and yeah, this is kind of a bittersweet ending. Mike may be going home, but for the fans, this was the end of an era, and it felt like it. Of course, Mystery Science Theater 3000 will never truly go away, thankfully, and the last scene of Diabolic was the perfect way to close out the canon.
Mike, have you seen my other sweater?
Number 7.
With a pickle mind, we kick the nipple beers.
Salutations, imperfect one. I am the master, and you are mysteriously drawn to me. Everything I say, you must do right away without having to ask twice.
Manos, The Hands of Fate, being one of the show's most famous episodes, is chock full of memorable host segments, and none more so than the very last one. Mystery Science Theater 3000, especially in the early days, always felt like the neighborhood kids putting on a show, and that's definitely true of the segments in Manos. Joel, dressed as Manos, has always been a favorite of mine. Bless him for trying, but he just can't pull off the evil look. Not even a little bit.
Well, frankly, Joel, you blush in the most adorable way.
And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Mike in his most beloved cameo.
Large sausage and mushroom thin crust.
Mike captures Torgo's essence perfectly, and it results in one of the most hilarious character parodies in the show's history. The poopy reel only includes one blooper, but I have to believe there were more.
Large sausage.
It's ironic this became such an iconic episode of the show, certainly one of the first to come to mind for a lot of fans, since the Best Brains actually considered not tackling this film because they thought it was too strange. But much like the Twilight franchise, Manos The Hands of Fate was never meant to rise to fame on its own. It exists so that the Best Brains can rip it to shreds and give us all a good laugh.
Say, you know, it's been 2 hours, but it's still pretty warm.
They always do that.
Just where the hell does Canada get off sharing a border
Number 6.
with countries far superior to it?
Yikes. I tried not to pick segments based solely on if I liked the song that was featured in them, and to be honest, this isn't even the best song in the entire series, but I gotta be honest, and you know, there's really no justifying it, but here it is.
Waffles, waffles. Join us, everybody. Come on, Kamba, give me triple berry. W is for the many ways that you serve.
It just makes me happy every time I hear it. Like its subject matter, it is just light and fluffy and warm and sweet. It also comes at the end of a pretty epic journey exploring Joel and the bot's obsession with waffles. You could tell everyone involved was just having fun with it. Also, there's a pretty stealthy breaking the fourth wall moment at the end. It's cut off in the actual episode, but if you listen to the CD, you can hear Servo say at the very end, in a very small voice, "Pancakes!" to which someone, presumably Joel, immediately shushes him.
What do you think, sir? Pancakes!
Pancakes. Oh, I blew it. I'm sorry.
Okay, now, if you'll all look at your sheet music, we can rehearse my new song.
Number 5.
You wrote a Christmas song?
Hey, there's no tradition like a new tradition.
Wait a minute, let's have a Patrick Swayze Christmas?
My number 5 pick is a tie.
Kamba, you want to put... Oh, what's the use?
I'll be home for Christmas.
This being the show that it was, very few of the host segments took the idea of a man trapped in space against his will and played it straight. Very few of them were as serious and touching as these two. The Castle of Fu Manchu opens with Joel and the bots celebrating the fact that despite being marooned in space, forced to watch terrible movies until their minds break, they're all doing just fine.
Dramatic irony. We'll fuck you every time.
The debris from their party remains on the bridge for the rest of the episode and lends an extra layer of despair and emptiness as the bots become more and more upset.
Look at what you've done to my little friends. Are you guys happy now?
Joel tries to stay positive and cheer them up, but even he can't take it anymore by the end.
Why am I up here? What are you doing to us?
Just when Dr. Forrester and Frank start congratulating themselves and expecting Joel's surrender, he comes right back at them with a crowning reason you suck speech.
You haven't won, Dr. Forrester. You've lost. And I feel sorry for you. You're nothing but a sad little man in a hole in the ground that can only feel power by hurting others.
It's one of the most triumphant moments in the series, earning a spot on both the awesome and heartwarming tabs on the TV Tropes article. The final segment from Santa Claus doesn't quite pack the same punch, but it's still full of the warm and fuzzies. This episode came at the end of Mike's very first year in space, and as it's the holiday season, he's really starting to pine for Earth.
You know, I miss putting on a sweater and going outside, and you know what I miss most of all? I miss the pure beauty of a snowfall.
Just as he starts to despair, though...
Whoa! Kamba, give me rocket number 9!
Whoa! It's a Christmas miracle!
Yes, it's entirely impossible. No, you shouldn't care because physics. Besides, Mike and the bots are going to have a good old-fashioned snow day and nothing the Mads can do will ever break their Christmas spirit.
Hey, mad fools, we're not going to be around a while. I'm going to put on my spacesuit, we're all going outside, and we're going to build a snow fort.
Speaking of the Mads, both of these segments cast a bit of a sympathetic light on the villains. The ending for Castle of Fu Manchu demonstrates just how much Joel has beaten Dr. Forrester at his own game, and was probably also an acknowledgement by the writers of how difficult this episode undoubtedly was to put together.
You know, we could have made funny comments, but the movie wasn't that good.
Santa Claus ends with a guest spot from Pitch, and Dr. Forrester, usually so bombastic, is completely subdued in the presence of such overwhelming evil. And then Santa Claus arrives.
I'm here to eat candy canes and kick ass, and I'm all out of candy canes. Haha, come on.
It's hilarious. It's heartwarming. It's awesome. It's everything you want to see from your favorite characters on your favorite show.
Gotcha! Happy holidays, everyone!